Guys, so today I'm going to be doing a live video just of a Elana gameplay. So I don't normally do live ones, so it'll be quite fun. Try it. I've done a couple before, but I normally just do highlights of videos of like matches I've already played and talk over them. So he's already seen this Elana deck. It's not changed at all. I'm still looking at ways to replace Unicorn Knight, although she has been quite useful in some games. But a lot of the time, I find myself not really wanting to play her and looking for a better option. Because like the 2-1-3 is not a great body early game. I'd rather have a 2-2, but yeah, it's just opinion. So I'll go over the deck quickly. Get the Elana, Purist Prayer, the main win condition in the deck where you evolve it, and then you get the Elana's Prayer, which when you restore defense to your leader, it gives it +1/+1. Gives all ally followers +1/+1. Then you've got your heal package to go along with that. You got Tender Rabbit, Golden Bell, heals and draws you cards. Zoe's a big draw package that when you evolve it, it also restores to defense to all allies, which draws and then heals. Every time you restore defense to an ally, Zoe will draw you a card. So it's a really good way to cycle through your deck. And then you've got like a repair mode Machina package in the deck as well. So Robo Goblin, Robo Wing, and Iron Knuckle Nun are your 3 low cost repair mode generators, and repair mode is a 1 cost Machina spell that restores 1 defense to an ally. Then you've got a hoverboard mercenary to search them out, and Robo Falcon just there because it can give them rush and clear things early, like help control the board early game. Then you've got your Father Refinement as your big Machina card. It's a 7 mana 5/5 with ward, and he puts a repair mode in your hand as well, so he generates another one, and then he changes the cost of all repair modes to 0, so you're basically getting free heal and free buffs out of him, and he can only take 3 damage at a time, so he's quite sticky if you can buff him up a couple times with Elana or even above him till he's got 6 or 7 health. It means that they have to use at least 2 cards to get rid of him. And then finally for the Machina package, we've got Lamonia in here. So it's your secondary win condition. You try and play her on 6 and evolve her for 0. And then basically just gives your leader the effect that if a Machina follower is destroyed, you add this a Salvation X Lamonia into your hand. And it's a 0 cost spell that subtracts 1 from the cost of a Havencraft or Machina follower in your hand. And then after you've played 5, it adds a Heavenly Aegis to your hand, which is a 9 mana 8/8 that just can't be removed from the board. So, just quickly to wrap up the deck, you've got another heal with Andela Feel, which is whenever you play one, it's an unstackable effect, but your leader gets the effect to restore 1 defense to all allies at the end of the turn. So again, it's healing, buffing, and if Zoe's on the board, it's drawing you cards as well. You've got your Kel, which is the Holy Marksman, which is a board clear. It's your main way to clear the board. So basically, whenever your leader's defense is restored, you deal 1 damage to all enemy followers. If he's evolved, he deals 2 damage instead. And when you evolve him, he restores to defense. So as you evolve him, he instantly deals 2 to the entire board, and then can also attack because evolving them gives him rush. And if you've got more heals, again he gets buffed up. And finally, which is like a sort of win more, or if you're struggling and you've not drew your Elana, it gives you a way to get Elana in the late game evolved, is your Olivia, Blackened Wing. So when you play Olivia, you recover X play points, and X is the number of allied followers evolved during the match. So if you go first, you've got as a minimum of 2 extra play points. If you go second, it's a minimum of 3, but with Lamonia evolving herself for free, you can get it up to 4 or 5, depending on if you go first or second. And it also gives you the ability that when you play another follower for the first time on each of your turns, you give it the ability to evolve to 0. So say on turn 10 going first, you've not had the chance to evolve anything. You've not had a chance to evolve Elana, sorry, you've already used your 2 evolutions. You play Olivia turn 10, and then it puts you up to 4 mana again. You play the Elana, and then you can evolve Elana for free. So that's effectively the idea. Everyone knows the deck's a meta deck, so we'll get into the games. But yeah guys, if you enjoy the videos, you want to see more, please subscribe, like the video, leave a comment on ways that I can improve my game, improve my decks, improve videos, stuff like that, because I try and make this content roughly every day, give or take. I'll probably miss a few days every now and then, but they're trying to be somewhat daily, so let's see how this goes. I'm playing Swordcraft. So from what I've experienced against Swordcraft with this deck, I mean against everything, you kind of want to hit the Elana first, but my plan here is send away the Lamonia. We're going first, so we can't evolve till turn 5. So send away the Lamonia and see what we draw. Second Golden Bell is not great, because against Swordcraft I've found you really want to control the board as early as possible. So that's the reason I've kept Kel, because turn 5 I can evolve them if they've got a threatening board that I can't deal with. Just evolve the Kel and deal with the board. So this time we're just going to play out the Golden Bell, because that means on turn 4 we draw 2 extra cards. So Further in Deafness card, if you don't know what it does, basically it restores 1 defense, so it's another heal, which can buff up things if you've got Elana's prayer out. But after the countdown, so after 3 turns, so turn 4, when the countdown reaches 0, you draw 2 cards. And you know, we're going to put another one here. We've not really got a lot here. I've never played 2 Golden Bells out one after the other. This is the first time for me. We'll see how it goes. But this isn't ideal because we want to be able to contest the board as early as possible. And I suppose Robo Falcon helps. We'll play him out as well. But we really don't have anything that's going to contest the board, and we've got like no early game cards in hand, stuff like that. So this isn't great right now. So they've got 7 cards in hand, we've got 3, but we're about to draw up to 6 because of the bell, and then the next turn we'll drop to 9, which is really nice. So we are getting rapid draws here, which will fill up our hand a lot quicker. What's this guy do? For each 11 card in hand. So we know that they've got 3 11 cards in their hand, and that can also attack twice per turn, so that could be an issue. Right, so as you can see, we've drew a couple cards here. We're going to play the hoverboard and draw a Machina card and see what we get. Yeah, I was hoping for a 2-drop, but unfortunately we didn't get one. That's just going to be able to trade in the hoverboard for free, but that's fine, that's not a big deal. We've not really had a great start this game, but hopefully it improves as the game goes on. So as you can see, our hand's getting a bit interesting now. We've got the 2 Kels, 2 Delafeu's, but Delafeu doesn't stack, so we only really need 1. But you run 2 so that you can draw, so you get a better chance of drawing it. Because there's no thing that, like, because it's not a Machina card, we can't specifically draw towards that. Like Hoverboard draws specifically Machina cards, but there's nothing that will draw specifically a Havencraft card, so we have to just kind of hope at this point that we get it. Yeah, so this isn't ideal, but we also don't have a 1-cost heal. Oh, we do now. There we go. Oh, there we go. That's just got a lot better. So what we do here is we play the Elana, we evolve the Elana, trade it in at the 4-4. So that went really well. That was great draws. So we'll trade this in at the 4-4 here, okay? We'll play the Tender Rabbit. Because what that means is the Rabbit will get the 1 heal onto Elana before she gets buffed. So if I didn't do it in that order, Elana would have took 1 extra damage. So now we're in a bit of a better position. We've got the Elana's prayer out. If they get rid of it, it's kind of annoying, but it would be expected. Yeah, so they can probably clear this turn, I'm guessing. If they evolve that, it goes up to 3 attacks. Not going to clear it, but 11 Archer, this will clear it here. For any 11 cards in your hand, deal 3 damage down your fall. Yeah, so that's going to clear that. They can clear the entire board here, actually. Yeah, and it leaves this up. But that's fine. That attacks twice. Just play a Delafeu here, I think. Yeah, I think we just play a Delafeu here. Get the extra effect off her. And we're going to try and save the evolve in case we ever need to use it on Kel. So we'll just end the turn there, get the heal off, get the buff up. And our board's still looking good. We've got card advantage, and we've got a strong board presence with Delafeu that has to be dealt with. So he's swinging in here, Delafeu's dealt with that. Still got 4 life, so he has to have a way to deal 4 to this turn. And that's a way that he can deal 4 to it. But again, that's fine, because we were kind of expecting this to happen. This little card's doing, this little 11 apprentice is doing my nothing. It's doing my head in, it's doing a lot of damage. So what we're going to do here is play out the Knuckle Nun here. And we'll just play a Robo Goblin. We won't start healing yet. We'll get in a position where we can start getting heals off. Because the one heal will buff up the board anyway, which is nice. Sorry about the silence there, guys. Yeah, so again, we've got a big board. This guy's quite annoying with him. He does quite a lot of damage, puts in a lot of work. So should be able to still have something on the board after this. Yeah, and then we're gonna this turn I think we'll just kill, evolve, double heal to clear the board and push damage through. Seems like the best option here, so what we'll do is we'll kill, we evolve him. That's a misplay. With the 4 mana we could have played out the goblin as well. I think they got an extra buff. I don't really think about it, that's my bad, should have thought about that. But we'll find this guy, put the 4 damage on his face, and the turn Delafield buffs of heals and buffs everything back up again. So we've got super big board, and we still have 6 cards in hand, with 1 heal, 1 kill, and our secondary win condition in our hand as well as draws. So we're in a good position again. This also generates a heal, which like I said, I don't play it that often. Like if I need to I do, but I tend to find this card, Unicorn Knight, staying in my hand a lot more than the other cards that I have. So I would say if you want to try out this deck, try and find a replacement for that if you can. Okay, so he's going for the kill clear. Oh, he got it. he got the random damage. Okay, it's fair enough. That happens. Can't complain. There's a 1 in 3 chance. So, but we've still got here 9 damage. So that would be 11 damage. I don't know if there's any way I can get to. I don't think there's any way I get to 16, but I could just evolve this then, go for the secondary win condition. Yeah, I think going for the secondary win condition at this point is probably like starting to set up as well, because I've got 2 Machinas out here, which means when they die, is that got stun? That means when they die we still get the Machina stuff, so we'll go with this. And we'll evolve it. And then we'll play out Unicorn Knight and then the repair mode. So Unicorn Knight, we'll take the Unicorn Spear in case we need to clear off the board. And we'll heal our face. Push 11 damage through. And I don't think they'll have a way to clear this board. Because the board's nice and big. So, yeah. We had a really good opening once we got the bells off. Like, the opening wasn't great, but once we got the 2 golden bells off, it got to the point where we drew a lot of what we needed. So, I feel like this will probably be the end of the game, because I don't see them being able to deal with this. Like, we've got 12, 17, 24. 24 life, I don't, like, on board, you know, I don't see them being a way that they can deal with 24 worth of health on the board. Guess they're just gonna throw out all their cards and then let us kill them or concede. Yeah, concede. So that was it for this video, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and if you enjoyed the video, again, subscribe and like the video, leave comments, stuff like that, and give me ideas for different decks or different ways to change the deck, and we'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching, guys.